That's probably the fucking coolest shitter I've seen in a while, man. That motherfucker is diamond plate. The whole the door, the walls, everything.
All right, well, you guys heard it. We are out here at the Porta Subs in Sparks, Nevada, right down the street from the Walmart. Apparently they have good restrooms. I haven't checked them out, but
the aesthetics.
Apparently Eric has. But just wanted to get with you guys about some of the good, some of the bad, and some of the ugly that's been going on. So everything's all good, you know what I'm saying? We've made it out of New Jersey with a nice little berry load that I like to take. Took that out to Utah. Got a load from Eagle Mountain, Utah that we are taking to one of the deadest spots. I would never even think about taking this load in the wintertime, but took some Tyson out to the McCarran Walmart. So basically Sparks, Nevada. Nothing really going on out here, so I know that we're going to be deadheading into California. All good with that. As far as my co-driver and trainee is going, good with that also. As a matter of fact, some of you guys that are in training could take some of the tips, you know, from him as a driver. You know what I'm saying? I never have to ask him to get out and go check in or anything like that. Sometimes I want to check in just because there's certain places that I know can get a little bit, you know, be a little bit different, but he's always running out there to do all that stuff. So being very proactive, got to be happy with that. Had a chance to get in some of that night driving too, so I don't have to feel too skeptical should our shifts change enough to where he's pulling nights. You know, normally I just run a shift how a shift falls, but I'm trying to make things a little bit more consistent on this run, trying not to just wear everybody out. So kind of trying to keep things a little level. But anyway, that's the good. The bad, showed up at this Walmart again, and this has become like a common theme a little bit lately. Not just with me. If it was just me, you know, it really hasn't happened all that much, but then when I take what I hear from other people in as well, it sounds like it's becoming a problem, and that's showing up at a receiver. So our appointment, at least what I had, our appointment at this Walmart was 0800 this morning. So we get there, about an hour and 5 minutes early. So I'm like, gotta make sure I don't send in my arrival till, an hour prior, and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna get in this line. Finally made it up to the little check-in place right at 7 o'clock, 1 hour before what I thought was our appointment. So he goes to check in, and they tell us that our appointment is completely wrong. Not only is it the wrong date, so today is July 2nd. The appointment was for July 3rd at 0200 in the morning, so basically tomorrow morning. Now this has become a common theme lately, and I don't know what has changed lately with the, I don't know if there's just the sales sets the appointments, or if there's some people coming up behind them that are like appointment setters or what, but that shit's been a little off lately. We just went to another place where, I think that was in Nebraska. I don't know if there's another place in there in between or not. Went out to Nebraska, told we could check in early, got out there, boom, turned us away, couldn't deliver for another 24 hours. And, we're running this damn reefer at 28 degree fuel hog, you know what I'm saying? So this isn't like free sitting, you know what I'm saying? How much fuel do we put in the reefer this morning?
We put quite a bit in there. We put like
had to be
60,
at least,
it was over $60, I think.
So it had to have at least been a half a tank, because one of the things I was trying to tell him is if we're not delivering for a good 24 hours, because we don't really relax mid-load. We get where we're going to go, then we relax. We don't do we're going to drive here and rest for 8 hours. No, we get the load there. But I tell him, if we're gonna be sitting for like, let's say 20, 24 hours, we gotta make sure that we top off our fuel before we park and get relaxed, because the last thing you want is for that reefer to get low on fuel and you have to pull out of your parking spot at a full truck stop to go fuel up the reefer. And I'm not carrying no gas cans around and all that kind of stuff. That's a little bit much. Proper planning keeps me from having to do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so a half a tank. So we filled the tank up maybe about 3 in the morning. So let's say 24 hours. So every 24 hours, roughly going to be a half a tank of fuel. So that shit's not free. So a little irritated about that. Going to talk a little bit about some training stuff. But before we get to that, I said we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we're just going to turn that around so you can take a look at the ugly right quick. Just joking, but anyway, some of this training stuff, listen, like I said, I'm not no trainer. I train sporadically, you know, whatever, but, and this could be my last one here, but well, I just been hearing and seeing some trainers and trainees just wiling the fuck out lately. I had a student send me a picture of the conditions in that truck, and I, for the life of me, cannot see how somebody would even, like, this obviously wasn't the type of person when they're like, okay, we have company coming over, let's vacuum and do all this shit, because that truck was like horrific, you know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely beyond me, you know what I'm saying? So nobody should have to endure anything like that. And then again, I've been trying to lay low a little bit, talking about some of the trainee situations that I might be closely involved with or anything like that. Not directly involved with, but, well, let's just kind of put it out there a little bit. You know, so my other driver, Ferry Wire on the Road, I believe is the channel name. Used to be like Ferry Wire Trucker, but go check her out. Ferry Wire on the Road, and I'm assuming that comes from the fact that she likes making jewelry out of wire and stuff like that. So some of the student type situations that have been going on with that are things that they better be glad they had her as a fucking trainer. But, and we're, you know, we may revamp that. I'm, you know, if she takes more students, I might have to get a little bit more involved and kind of, you know, not that she's not capable of training, but you take the wrong person and put her with somebody that's doesn't really have the nature to kick a motherfucker out, you end up taking a little bit more grief than you should. But if you're a student and you're about to get on somebody's truck and you're trying to train to be a truck driver, you're training to be a truck driver, you know what I'm saying? Now, every truck has different rules, you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily, we're going to have to ask him if I have any actual rules or anything like that. But, you know, everybody has the things that they like or rules or whatever. Personally, I don't mind if somebody's training with me, if they're talking on the phone with a headset, something like that. Maybe that helps you stay alert, whatever. I have no issues with that. But if you're going to be out there, like, if the expectations is to, you know, it doesn't even matter. Your job is to be training. Your job isn't to be fully connected with home and have all the, you know, niceties that you have when you're at home. You could do that shit when you get on your own. The fact of the matter is, if you have a trainer that actually cares about your training, you better take advantage of that. And I know for sure she is all about trying to help people learn this business. So taking advantage of that is some bullshit, and it's some stuff that I would not be dealing with at all, period. And it's one of the reasons why, you know, I don't know. Anyway, and then on the other hand, you have people that are trainers, and I've heard this on multiple times from credible sources, trainers that are saying, you know, they're not allowing their student to back into different places because they don't want their truck to get hit. And if their truck gets hit, that they're gonna have to pay the deductible. If you're a student and you hear somebody say that, first of all, it's a lie. Go hit as much shit as you can, and you're not gonna be responsible for that deductible. But trainers not allowing somebody to back, or just a bunch of different foul shit. I could go through a bunch of emails and comments on videos and go through all that. I just didn't have that on the top of my head when I started this video, but people just been wilding out, man. I just can't understand it. And I think what a lot of trainees or trainers feel is that if they end up having to drop a student off, that it's a reflection on them, and that's just not anything that I ever would have thought would have trickled down to me if I was in that situation. I've been lucky with all the people that have been with me. I wouldn't hesitate for a second. I'm not dropping anybody off on the side of the road, but I am definitely dropping their ass off at the nearest terminal, and that's even if I have to deadhead if it's bad enough. I'm not playing around with that shit. Or I'll drop them off at home or something like that, but I'm not dealing with all that stuff. Anyway, enough about that. I guess I'm going to get back here and have a chance to relax again for a while. This is not the time of year to be without a pre-plan, and we don't have a pre-plan. And it is going to be the 3rd of July when we drop this load off, so I'm just going to take it upon myself, send a message to dispatch, and let them know that when I'm done delivering this load, I am deadheading out towards Salinas, Watsonville, all that. I'm going to just post up out there. And then let's talk about one last thing before I get off here. Some people have been asking me, when do I plan on leaving Prime? Am I still liking Prime? All this kind of stuff. And, and I was kind of wondering, why they're asking this. And then they send me some video, stuff like that. Listen, if I plan on leaving Prime, you won't know about it until it's done. Unless it's like, hey, I'm about to retire. This is like my last little, when NBA players, when they do their little retirement tour, I might do something like that. But, if I plan on quitting Prime, I'm not going to be out here looking for no attention and, talking about I might be doing something for like 6-8 months before it actually happens. If I plan on leaving Prime, I'm going to leave Prime. Not only that, if I was to ever leave Prime, I'm going to be done talking about it. Everything I'm talking about isn't going to be revolving around it. You know what I'm saying? But I have no intentions of leaving Prime. In case there's any questions, not only is it me I got to take in consideration, I also have to take my other driver into consideration. And there is no... I'm trying to think. What could trigger me? It could possibly be that the only thing that I could possibly see is if there was a situation where, not necessarily me, but I tried to force myself to think about a situation. I can't really think of it. The Omnitrax or Omnitrash could push me over the edge.
Hi, please stay to command.
Now this motherfucker wants to start working and shit.
That's spooky shit.
But the Omnitrash could push me over the edge.
Would you like to continue?
No. But I'm just joking about that pushing me over the edge, but I still wonder how a company like this could work with such a trash system in their truck. Goodbye, shit. Anyway, enough about that. I was about to go off on a rant and everything. But that's where everything sits. The good, the bad, the ugly, all that. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully we can get loaded up tomorrow. I'm speculating it could... Well, let me just put it this way. I do have a better chance than normal of getting loaded out tomorrow if we head out to Salinas, because typically the type of individuals that are loading out in that area aren't going to be taking off holidays and stuff like that. They get straight work done, so probably will still be able to get loaded regardless of any holidays and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you guys for stopping by. No Hippie Truck and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.